to really throw people instead of just survive.
It's nice to hear a 60-kilo competitor talking about standing up, because I noticed that with Hirooka yesterday, he wasn't bent over. He wasn't excessively in a jigodai position. He had a nice posture, as you say. And for the two of you, that worked well. And I thought that was an interesting contest. There was some nice movement in there. And I didn't think, like I said to you earlier, I didn't think there was this huge gap between the two of you. You're only 20. You've got plenty of time. So hopefully you'll meet him again, and maybe the next time you'll have a different result.
Yeah, I hope so. We always hope to win and do better. Last time I fought him, I got thrown in 18 seconds. That wasn't too good. I wasn't too happy. That was at the Hamburg World Cup.
Oh, right. Okay, in the Oslo World Cup. Yeah, how long ago? Was that this year? Or the year before?
That was
last year?
This year, March.
Right, so March. And did you do the training camp after that?
Yep.
How was that? Because that's really where you start seeing all of these top-level players and working with them.
The training camps are always good, but sometimes the people who win, they don't always fight the same way, or they don't always train every day. So it's kind of hit or miss. This year it was good because most of the guys who placed also were in the training camp.
That's good. Nice to hear that people are not only turning up for the competitions, but they're turning out for the training camps, because you can go to competitions sometimes, and if you're unlucky with a draw or you come up against the top player and you go out early, then it does seem like a long way to go and a lot of money to spend for just the one fight.
So a lot of times the training camps are important for us.
What's next on the agenda for you? Where are you off to next? You're going to do
the World Cup, yep. And then we're going to come back to Rio and fight in a team tournament. And then
who's in your team?
It's going to be me, I believe, Travis Stevens. And I'm not sure who's in 100, but I think 100 plus is going to be Daniel McCormick.
Oh, yeah. And who is what's happened to Ryan Reese? We haven't seen him for a while.
Well, he took a break after Beijing.
Yeah.
Since he put on all the 4 years before, but now he's moved up to 81s.
Oh, he's at 81 as well, is he?
Yes, he gained a little weight. He's a little bigger now.
I can't remember if I heard someone talking about your previous competitor at under 60 kilos, Taraj Williams-Murray, that he had also moved up a weight. And when we talk about a weight, we're not talking about one or two. What's the story there?
Well, when he was in 60, he used to cut a lot of weight. He was probably like 73 kilos just walking around training. So even 66 would be a cut.
Unbelievable.
And I guess for nationals, he just thought that he didn't want to cut any weight at all anymore, and he just went all the way up to 81s. And I think he thought that maybe 81s would be more fun because it was heavier, and Travis was fighting and Ryan was fighting. So maybe it was going to be just something fun.
Do you think it was fun? Did he place in the?
He did place second, and he almost won first.
Believe it. I can think of some countries where they would see that as an insult, and want to teach him a lesson. But obviously, he's got a lot of. He's certainly got some guts, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's brave enough to go up there and fight with the big guys, because they would have looked big compared to him. So what's he going to do? He's going to continue at 81, or get sensible and try and manage his weight and do 66?
Well, I talked to him at nationals, and he said that he was just going to try to work and go back to school and finish up things other than judo. So I'm not exactly sure, but I think if he was going to do judo again, he might choose 66.
It'd probably be a bit better for him, but he wouldn't want to be cutting too much. He wouldn't want to be cutting too much weight. That was really too much to do, I think, for him. So let's hope that he's quite sensible and sticks with something that is manageable and comfortable. Because he beat your opponent yesterday in the first round of the Olympic Games, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That was a bit of a turn up for the book for most people. I think the money was on the Japanese, but the American took the contest.
Yeah.
I wish I'd put a few dollars on him.
Yeah, I think we were all surprised though. But he was ready for it, and he said that if there was someone who he wanted to draw first, that it was the Japanese guy.
And he managed it perfectly well. It was no fluke. It was very, very well worked out. He did a good job. The only thing was that he couldn't go on after that. If I'm not mistaken, was it the Venezuelan that he lost to after that?
Yeah,
Javier
Guedes.
Yeah. Just didn't look the same. He seemed to go off the boil for a while.
Yeah.
And then lose that contest. But we're really talking about something that's long gone now, and there's nothing we can do about it. We're not in any case going to see him at 60 kilos again, so you don't have to worry about that. Who are your principal competitors then at under 60 kilos in the US?
Right now, there's a guy from Jason Morris's club. His name's Nick Kosser.
I've seen that name, yeah.
And also Vitaly Vanyan. He just came back. He took a short break. And there are also some juniors who are looking kind of tough.
Well, I suppose Nick Kosser then, that would be the one that you would need to concentrate on most.
Yeah,
he's been around for a little bit longer, and certainly the juniors are going to take time to come through. And hopefully mind you, you're still a junior yourself, in European terms.
Oh, yeah.
Are you 20?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Well, then you're just out of the juniors. You would come in. We've got a special category called under 23. The under 23s. It's the last protection that you have. After that, you fight with the big guys. Of course, you can fight with them beforehand, but we do have a special European Championship for under 23s, and it's really where we find out, who's who.
Yeah, I saw the results from the U23 Europeans, and there were a lot of tough guys.
Yeah. Some of them were here.
Yeah, some of them were here. But it's weird because they do well there, and then sometimes they go to senior events and they don't do as well.
It's these stages that we go through, or you go through in your judo careers. It's difficult to know. I think the hardest one is to predict from the cadets. That is the 15 and 16-year-olds. I'm not sure what they call that in the US, that age group. But the 15 and 16-year-old category that we call that cadets in Europe. And to predict who will go on to be a top-class athlete from that is almost impossible. It's too early. The juniors, under 20, a little bit closer. And then from 23, it's still not an exact science.